Where does that calm come from? Like the Flores saying the other day that your heartbeat doesn't accelerate in these big moments. Where does that come from?
I just try not to lean on me. I lean on my faith. I mean, God with me at all times, so I just try to lean on the fact knowing that I can't do it by myself any other time. Well, I'm going to try to do it in one of the biggest moments you get, you know? So that's it.
Have you always been that way?
Yeah, I mean, it's a faith journey. You know, you walk each day, you try to get better with it, and at the same time, there's times I fall short and I get nervous or I get doubtful, but at the same time, I just lean on that in the good times and in the bad times, and I feel like just building on that, you continue to just get more and more confident in it and just lean on it.
How much more comfortable does this time around kind of feel as opposed to back in week 2 when you had to take a lot of the first team reps and back?
I feel like it's a different time, it's a different situation, and just try to take it each day, one at a time, continue to try to get better.
On that, what is your comfortability level
Of what?
with the offense, with the team, everything?
Just taking it each day at a time, whatever they want to install, try to make sure I'm locked in and handle it the best that I can, and make sure I'm going home studying, seeing what they're seeing, what they feel like the expectation of the play should be, just understanding what, the outcome they want.
What catches your attention about Detroit's secondary? I know they have a lot of takeaways.
They just doing a good job getting the ball out. I mean, they're a good defense as far as you can see. I mean, more than anything, they're winning games, and I feel like that comes from them taking the ball away, and we have to protect the ball as always, and I feel like they have a good rush up front. I know they're down a few guys, and you hate to see that, but they're definitely still good,
Malik, you've had this even-keel demeanor, you said your whole life. I assume you had that demeanor when you were playing some games with Tennessee. You said before that you didn't feel like you were quite ready when those opportunities came. You were somehow ready in the blink of an eye here when they did come. Why do you think you're having the success now when you didn't then, even though you've had the same demeanor?
I mean, the demeanor doesn't change anything. You got to know what you're doing. And you only can do that by getting reps. I wasn't getting reps over there. I got reps when I got here, and I got a chance to go out and show it. And over the last few years, I've been getting reps, whether they be on scout team or whatever. You're going against one of the top. They were top defense last year, Tennessee. So I mean, more than anything, just taking those each and every day, and not saying it has to be with the first team offense or with these guys, but taking those reps on the scout, and like those reps when I was starting a couple weeks.
So how much more confident do you feel, though, having a few wins under your belt?
I don't think it matters. I mean, it's easy to win, it's easy to lose in this league, and it's just dealt how it's dealt. And you just got to be able to be ready when the time comes and work hard each day to get better. And I feel like that's more important than being confident by a couple wins. I mean, these are different teams. Each team is different, and each game is its own game. It doesn't matter.
Malik, you had an opportunity as an offense week 2 before halftime to go into the 2-minute drill. And Matt said at the time he just didn't feel like it would have been a wise decision at that point. Sunday, the game's on the line, 2-minute drill, and you executed. What's changed from then to now for you?
Probably the situation. Other than that, just what the situation was again as far as the game went. It was a tie ball game this time, so we needed points. Last time we were up before the half, and those in the game and in the halves are totally different, even the way the defensive coordinator calls it. So you just have to understand those are different, and that's what played the difference in what happened.
So you take the field in that situation. What's going through your mind? Like, what are you thinking as you're going into the huddle with the tie game, less than 2 minutes left?
I mean, everything, I mean, it comes with a 2-minute drive. I can't get into it too much, but take care of the ball and gain positive yards, get the drive started, take each play one play at a time. That's it.
I'm sure you've seen king of the AFC South, because you've had a lot of success against the division now that you used to play in. How much of a leg up was it having seen those coordinators and those defenses a lot of times before? And what type of new challenge is it facing this Lions team in contrast?
I'm not sure they had anything to do with each other. More than anything, a couple of those places got new defensive coordinators, new schemes, so that doesn't matter. New players. I mean, more than anything, it was just cool to get out there and play football again. They did a good job preparing us, the coaches, and the guys did a good job handling whatever game plan we had in for that week. That's all that was.
You're clearly a team-oriented guy, but how much are you just relishing the simple opportunity, as you said, to get out there and play football again that's so relevant?
I think it's cool. It's fun. I like football.
Well, you said after the game Sunday that it didn't have anything to do with you, but in reality, I mean, you're auditioning to the rest of the league here. You put a lot of film first couple of years that you would have liked to have been better. Now, a lot of good film here. Have you thought about what that might mean for you in your career?
Not really. I mean, we still got a lot of games left in this season. We got a game next week against a really good opponent. I feel like that's what we got to focus on right now, and anything more than that is pride.
What are you hoping comes out of this, though? Because it's been a good 2024 for you.
I'm not. Just enjoying the ride, taking it one game at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. That's it.
What's the interaction with you and Jordan like in the court position room on a typical week, and does it change at all when he's kind of working his way back from an injury and there's a greater chance of
No, it doesn't change a bit. I mean, that's my guy. We just continue to work hard and do what we can at practice to help each other get better, take what we're getting coached up in the meetings and do what we can to learn and get ready for the game plan.
Malik, what have you learned from him and admired about Jordan now that you've gotten to work with him for a couple months now?
I feel like his comfort in the pocket. I tell him this all the time, even though he gets bouncy. I say he's just chilling back there, and I think that's awesome and a great way to play the position. I try to learn what I can from him.
Malik, what do you feel like when you're out there as quarterback that the offense can do differently when Jordan is out there?
I don't know. Comparison is the thief of joy. I try not to really compare it to what we do. It's whatever Coach Matt calls, and we try to go out and execute the best we can. And, I do what I can to make sure that if it's a play that isn't executed properly, I do what I can to minimize the risk and take care of the ball. That's it.
Tucker was really frustrated at the end of the game. He was saying that the offense needed to start faster. What do you think about that? Obviously, you weren't playing at the beginning of this game, but just in general, like the Packers offense starting faster, scoring earlier, things like that.
I mean, that's always what we want. We're an offense that loves to go out there and be successful like any other offense in the league. And I know those guys are great players, and they can make a lot of plays, and they want to go out there and make those plays. And you love to see that competitiveness out of those guys. So, I mean, I don't take it, personally or anything. I try to leave that to them and their competitiveness. I try to focus on what we need to focus on. That's getting in and out of the huddle and executing each play the way it's called.
You've talked a lot about your faith, but a lot of people, all of us have our faith tested when things aren't going well. Obviously, you've had some times where it's that way. And you've also talked about your confidence, and all of us have our confidence tested when things don't go our way. What kind of place are you in those two departments now, based on maybe what you were up against in the past before you got here?
I feel like those past times were more important than any times I'm going to have in the future, more than anything. I mean, those times build your faith, literally. I mean, when it's easy and all going good, you're not as locked into those things. You're not even thinking about it. But when those times are hard and you don't have anybody picking you up, it's like, what can you lean on? And I found what I can lean on. And I can trust in that regardless, good, better, and different. So I don't look at it like, as results basis, sometimes the media may take this like, you lose, you're the worst in the world, you win, you're the best in the world. I kind of just erase both of those and just go out there and have fun and enjoy this opportunity and this platform that God's given me and try to give him all the glory.
So even though things are going well, you're locked in now too?
Yeah, things aren't going anything. Things are just going right now. We got a lot of games left, and this season is not over. And this game next week is not stopping regardless of how we think we're doing right now. So I feel like you can't really focus on that.